in on that approach, Bill.
I think it was satisfying if you were betting on the other team. Then it was really satisfying because it doesn't work. And there's a reason everybody said small ball can't work in the playoffs, because it doesn't. It puts too much pressure on your team defensively, and smaller guys trying to battle under the boards and guard bigger guys, stuff like that. It's just too easy. And the Lakers-Houston series, I know Westbrook was a little bit banged up still. The Lakers, those last 4 games, they were toying with the Rockets. They had no chance. And the only way the Rockets were going to win any of those games was if they hit 25 threes. Well, you could say that about any team. If any team hits 25 threes, they're going to win a playoff game. So I don't think it works. I still feel like rim protection and ball movement and relying on something more than 3 balls, I still feel like that's the recipe to win in the league, no matter how much the sport changes.
So it's amazing how much smaller that rim gets when you're in the pressure of the playoffs.
Yeah, there's going to be games that are dogfights where you got to just kind of get to the line. And you have to mix up a timely 3 with attacking the basket, getting a tip in, getting a steal, getting a block, whatever it takes. Just having one formula to try to win a game, it just doesn't work. And I don't think it works for football either.
Now let's take a look at the Kings' opening lineup. Inside, it's Bagley and Holmes at the 4 and the 5. Hield is the 2 with Barnes in at the small forward. And it's Fox in at the point guard position.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And looking at the level of physicality in the NBA, Bill, how much do you think it's changed in the last few decades?
Well, it's transformed. I don't even think it's changed. I think what flew in the 80s and 90s wouldn't even come close to flying now. And I think it's really affected the guards and the perimeter guys in a positive way. You know, I still think Isaiah Thomas is the best pure point guard I ever saw. He played in an era where when he drove to the basket, you could just take him out. And, you know, I look at his stats now compared to the guys like Dame Lillard and Curry and even Chris Paul, and you're like, wow, his stats aren't nearly as good. But the degree of difficulty of that era of being a point guard, of going in, there's so many more big bodies, everybody could take him down. It affected what his stats are going to be. And I just think it's much easier as an offensive player in 2020. It's undeniable.
And it's a pretty easy opportunity for a teammate, all courtesy of Harrison Barnes.
Three-pointer, Harden. The shot misses, so the Kings will take it the other way. Pass to Holmes. It's Barnes on the wing. Now Fox. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Barnes from outside the arc. And the Kings with another 3. Well, Bill, defenders can no longer step into a shooter's landing area, but shooters have found ways to manipulate that by drifting forward and or kicking out their legs.
And I hate it. I really hate it. I hate 2 things the most right now with basketball. I hate this, and I hate 4-minute challenges where referees are deciding whether something was a block or a charge and slowing things down to 1/100th of a second. I don't know why we have these 2 things. And I can't believe we're rewarding guys for doing things during games that if you did during a pickup game and you just kicked your foot out into somebody, you'd probably have to be separated. But in basketball, it's considered gamesmanship now. And I would personally make it a technical foul if they reviewed it and found that you did this intentionally, or even kick the guy out of the game just so it would stop. Please stop. Stop doing this.
Now here's Fox. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Here's Hield. Got a hand on it. They retain possession. Holmes, no good. Houston has gone only 1 of 4 from three-point land. Pass to Wood. Now here's Wall. There's the 3. Another 3 from Houston.
A workmanlike approach from John Wall. Tries to make every possession count.
And last season, the first play-in tournament for the 8th seed. All right, Bill, that was something you suggested way back in 2007. You were ahead of it, clairvoyant, if you will.
Yeah, I was pretty passionate about it, too. I thought it was a way to spruce up the last 20, 25 games of the season where you have more injuries down there. You have teams kind of jockeying for draft position, stuff like that. And every year there's always 1 or 2 teams that kind of find themselves for whatever reason as we're heading down the stretch. And in last season, it was New Orleans right before the pandemic. all of a sudden we're turning into something. And a play-in tournament, you know, it rewards people who are peaking at the right times, and I think it's a good idea.
And the Kings going with a whole new group out there.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Now here's Cousins. 8 points in his last time out.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
The Rockets trail, and stylistically, we're seeing the game change. Bill, you like the direction it's going, or are there any other changes you'd hope to see?
I feel like we're swinging a little too far toward threes, but on the other hand, you look at the way the teams that truly succeeded played in the 2020 playoffs. Miami is a team that, yeah, they shot a lot of threes, but the ball moved, people were cutting. It was old school basketball. It was a lot more like how the Warriors played in 2015, 2016, 2017. Boston, same thing. When Hayward got back, the ball's moving and there's back cuts and things. It wasn't just guys hoisting threes. Denver's another one. The back cuts they would do with Jokic, things like that. So I do feel like even though we're in this run right now where it's like threes, the more sophisticated offensive teams are still the ones that are winning for the most part. So hopefully sophistication will still reign.
Here's Halliburton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Gordon with a steal. Back comes Houston in transition. Good work defensively by Robinson.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Up again.
Yeah, some of the best centers in the league understand every aspect of the offense and where shots are coming from, and Whiteside positioned himself well for that one.
Here's Wall, driving inside. Soft touch off the glass. Wall's got his third bucket of the night.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
And he's going for the lob. Nice shot by Whiteside. Whiteside's got his second basket.
Quick elevation for a 5. Makes him deadly on the interior, was Whiteside.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The Kings on top, up 8. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And a naturally ball-dominant player, James Harden.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, playing off the ball is something that I'm comfortable doing. Like I'm able to catch and shoot. I'm able to play off, on the wings.
And that gives their offense another dynamic.
It does, and it also helps them preserve some energy for those big moments in big games.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think about the Kings here, guys?
You could really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
James Harden out there with Eric Gordon. Then there's P.J. Tucker, and it's Cousins in at the center position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. So the Kings making a change here. Holmes is checked in. And he can't hit the second. Bill, with social media, we get to see more personalities in the NBA. Who are some of the biggest characters in your opinion?
Well, I think my favorite is Klay Thompson because he's completely authentic. We've seen a lot of these guys have leveraged social media and the whole infrastructure, and they can kind of get out whatever kind of personality they want to craft, right? Klay Thompson is the same guy in all situations, beloved teammate. Sometimes I don't even think he knows why he's funny. He just kind of is who he is. He's like that dude in college, that roommate that everybody loved, who was always funny, and he fell asleep and you could put shaving cream on his face. He's just beloved, and I think he's done the best job of whoever we think he is as a public person is exactly who he actually is.
Harden from outside. Barnes with the rebound.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
He's off on the first.
So much talk about who's the fastest player in the league, and Fox always being mentioned there. His speed and stepping into this leadership role, lots of great signs from De'Aaron Fox.
And he's good on the second. Well, the Rockets shooting only 33%. Not exactly consistent offense. Pass to House. And here's Gordon. Coming off a solid outing against Sacramento. Harden, good. And Bill, you look at a player like P.J. Tucker, able to space the floor and defend much bigger players inside. He has a pretty unique skill set.
He does, and he's been a really valuable playoff guy. And maybe if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt in 2018, we think of him as, you know, a champion and a great Robert Horry type role player on a title team and things like that. That didn't happen. I think the problem for him is when you go against somebody like Anthony Davis. You know, you can have these undersized guys. They can defend just about everybody. But there's going to be those one or two freaky guys in the league that you're just not going to be able to defend with P.J. Tucker. Davis is one. Embiid, if he's in shape, I think is another one. If Embiid is in shape and motivated, P.J. Tucker's not going to be able to guard him. So you can get away with it as a gimmick, especially in the regular season, but if it's in a playoff series against the wrong team, you're in trouble.
Out to Hield. Shot clock at 6. From the high post. The shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
They really had a strong night shooting the basketball. They got hot and stayed hot.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off in that one. Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
The basket's good off the assist from Fox. Fox has got his 3rd assist of the night. And Bill, growing up a Celtics fan, you witnessed teams with great leadership. Who are some of the best leaders in the game today, you think?
Well, it's different now because you have guys bounce around and they're only on the same team for a couple years. So it's almost like they're temporary leaders. I think when I was growing up, guys were on the same. Magic was on the Lakers, you know, from 1980 to 1991, and he was the unequivocal leader, and other guys passed in and out of his universe, and now we don't see that as much. But I think you're just talking about somebody who's obviously a good leader in the right situation. Chris Paul, what he did in OKC last year with a young team that had kind of thrown in the towel with that Paul George trade. And it just seemed like, all right, well, they're going to try to trade him all year. They're not going to be good. And he kind of willed that team to be really good. And they came really close to beating Houston in the playoffs. And so I think he's a good example of that.
And he drops it first.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
And the Kings going with a whole new group out there. Good on both.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Whiteside. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Wonderful use of the pick and roll, especially by Whiteside, slashing right to the bucket and getting that one to go.
Outside Harden from deep three-point range. The rebound by Whiteside.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The Kings front office raised some eyebrows in 2019 when they said that this roster is, quote, a super team, just young. Well, with the league's longest playoff drought, 14 years and counting, the fans are hoping they'll soon deliver on that bold prediction.
Yeah, they're certainly optimistic about their young core. Brown, he's checked in for the Rockets. And it's Harden penetrating, and Whiteside with a block.
As soon as Whiteside positions himself, he just spikes that one away. It's like he's playing beach volleyball.
Here's Joseph. 9 points in his last outing. Bielitsa outside. And Bill, thanks for coming by. Thanks for enriching the show as always.
Oh, I'm glad you felt like I enriched things on this game. You can enrich my VC account. Give me some VC if you're feeling generous.
Well, you can sense Bill's passion for the game. We could have talked all day.
Well, Kevin, I'm surprised that you didn't. Thank goodness Bill had a taxi waiting. Otherwise, you would have.
50 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Whiteside. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Harden from outside. Rebounded by Bielitsa.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Now Whiteside, guarded by Wood. Outside wall, inside. It's good.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
Oh, there's the alley. Whiteside can't get it to go.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And we finished off one half of play. Kings ahead. They lead by 11. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Buddy Hield. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Big fella, what's your take on Sacramento so far?
They're in good shape thanks to the work they're doing on the glass. Their effort has been excellent. The numbers are too. And I don't see those numbers dropping off. They're going to keep doing the dirty work in the second half.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire hose because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, Buddy Hield displaying all his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Taking a look at Sacramento. Hield is the 2 with Barnes in at the small forward. Inside, it's Bagley and Holmes at the 4 and the 5. And it's Fox in at the point.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone. And in this era of load management, where there's such an emphasis on resting your players, particularly your star players, none of that applies for James Harden. Since joining the Rockets, he's averaged over 37 minutes per game.
Up top, Holmes. Fox outside. Pass to Barnes. Now here's Holmes. Healed with the ball. Defended by Harden. And it's Healed, missing. You know, the flip side to all those minutes and carrying that load throughout the regular season for James Harden. Grant, some feel he's run out of steam in the playoffs.
Yeah, B.A., he knows that in order to really cement his legacy and silence his critics, it's all about winning championships. Harden wants those rings badly. So his teams have been good, and they've been right there. He's just got to keep pushing until he gets it.
Here's Wall. Wood outside. Back to Tucker. Pass to Wall. Oh, and Fox with the block.
Well, so much of defense can be attributed to timing and instincts, and Fox showed them both there.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
The drive by Harden, and Harden with the slam.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Fox outside, over to the left wing. Outside heel, from deep. Wood grabs the board. Wood's got his 6th rebound on the night. Harden with it. 13 points in the game. He takes it in, and the shot's good. Harden's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And you know, you can't underestimate Harden's ability to blow by defenders. It opens things up for him on the offensive side.
Fox, the pass to Bagley. Back to Fox. Shoots. Rebounded by James Harden. Harden's got his 4th rebound in this one. Throws it up high, and Wood with the stuff. You know, the three-pointer increasing in prominence in recent years. Grant, you averaged less than 1 long-range attempt per game for your career. So what made you look to attack inside the arc more?
Yeah, B.A., it really is about the evolution of the game. Early in my career in the mid-90s, it was all about getting the high percentage shot, getting to the rim, posting up, the mid-range game. But as the game has changed and evolved, now it's more about the three-point shot. At the end of my career, that's when I started to shoot more three-pointers as the game was evolving.
Sacramento has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Outside Barnes. Out to the wing. Outside heel. Shoots over Harden. And Harden with the block. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And how about the mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And that's exactly what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on the defensive side of the ball.
For Houston, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Now Wall. Give him 8 points now. Takes it inside, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
To the inside. Trying to get back on track. Whiteside can't get it to go.
Both sides going at it. Classic good offense, first good defense.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, basketball was Buddy Hield's escape from poverty in the Bahamas. He said, quote, "Hopefully I'm starting a trend. I want to motivate and encourage kids to show them that they can make it out." His mother said he used to tell everyone he was going to be like Kobe. Now all the kids here say they want to be like Buddy. Brian, how special is that?
Yeah, I don't blame him. Thanks a lot, Allie. Outside Wall. Lets a floater go. And that's 2 points on the layup. Wall's got 12 points in the game.
The lift still there for Wall. Awesome to see him competing, especially when you remember that serious Achilles injury.
46 seconds left in the third quarter. Whiteside, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. He's got 12.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Stolen by Whiteside. Here's Halliburton. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Whiteside can't get it to go. The Rockets have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Wall, no good. Outside Robinson. Pass to Halliburton. There's the triple. He buries it from 3. And the Kings lead by 8. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Kings on top. They're up by 8. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. The Kings shooting pretty well at 45%. Eric Gordon is out there with James Harden. Then there's PJ Tucker, and it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Barnes passes to Bagley. 5 on the clock. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. No good. A bit long that time.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Pass to Tucker. Shoots over Barnes. Tucker, no good. The Kings leading. Healed up top. Defended by Brown. Back comes Houston in transition. Nice shot by Harden. Harden's got 9 points now in the second half.
And just a quick reaction from Harden. He sees the opportunity, he gets out on the break, and snags the points in transition.
Fox outside. Pass to Halliburton. Takes a 3. Kept alive by Sacramento. And that one's good. Bagley.
Well, Bagley is so long, you can't let him go uncovered when he's around the offensive glass.
Harden against Fox. And the call will be against James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Woods checked in for the Rockets. John Wall comes in for Brown. Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. And here's Barnes. Healed on the wing. Bagley is screen on Gordon. And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his first foul.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
The Rockets trail. Gordon outside. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Wood finds Gordon from the arc. And it's Bagley with a rebound.
They are just owning the boards right now.
Hield drives in. Harden with the defensive effort. The Rockets have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Wall, he's open. The Rockets with another miss.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Hield passes to Bagley. Back to Hield. Over Wall. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Count it.
When you run the pick and roll like they did right there, it's a thing of beauty as Eric Gordon really gets the best look at the rim on the play.
To the right side. Fox outside. And that one's good. Bagley.
Oh, nice move. He can do some damage in there if he's given the chance.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Wood with the screen.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Bagley. Hield against Gordon. Lets it fly from 18. No good, off the front rim.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Harden, good.
And that's just precision personified from Harden beyond the arc. I mean, he looks so comfortable shooting from out there.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's really had a tremendous night from the field. He's shooting at a clip over 50%. I'll tell you what, that's the kind of efficiency that makes a coach rest well at night.
House, he's checked in for Gordon. So it's Sacramento now. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Fox outside. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Ball for 3. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Hield. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Now that's a taste of how fearless and confident Buddy Hield can play. Love applying the pressure.
Cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
Gets stolen by Hield. Fires the 3. Rockets with a rebound. 1:24 left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Harden against Hield. A step back shot. The shot, no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by the Kings. Houston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Here's Harden. Drive. Oh,
yes, sir.
Oh, my.
Throw that one up top.
What a play. I love it. When Harden shoots, he commits. A little contact isn't going to upset his mechanics.
Hield against Harden. And it's Hield missing.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Hield against Harden. Now here's Hield. Clock at 4. Launches it. It's kept alive. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the time.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
Quietly, Buddy Hield has had some good moments in the NBA thus far. I know coming in, a lot of attention as a high draft choice, but his offensive game and the players around him, as they get better, are helping Buddy Hield out.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3-ball.
Three-pointer, Harden. Oh, my! What a shot! Oh, a tremendous 3! We're tied! Three-pointer, Fox. Ooh, no good there. Potential game winner was off the mark. Time expires. We're going to over. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here's Halliburton. Barnes and Bagley in it forward together. Halliburton is out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Holmes in at the center position. Hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Hield against Harden.
Hitting the glass with purpose and aggression.
Outside Barnes. And he drives in.
Yeah, Barnes right there with nice control as he gets in there, driving to the rim.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You think about Harrison Barnes when he won an NBA championship in his 3rd year in the league after being the 7th pick in the 2012 NBA draft.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Woods checked in. Both good from the line that time. Now a timeout called by Houston. And so it's Houston with it, trailing by 5. Harden against Hield. Knocks down the long J.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Timeout called, the Kings. Overtime just getting started here. Just about a minute in. Back to Barnes. Out left to the wing. Here's Halliburton. Into the lane. The Rockets pull it in. Ball's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barnes against Gordon. Ball with it. Down low. And Harden gets it to go on the assist from Wall. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field as OT gets going. Wood, a screen on Hield. Wood outside. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Kings shooting only 39% so far in the game. Hield against Harden. It's Hield with the drive. Deflected. Now Wall. Outside Harden to take the lead. They grab their own miss. Cash.
Now what's the saying? Don't box out, you get your feelings hurt.
So it's Sacramento now. To stop the run. Gets the bucket and the foul. James Harden picks one up.
Pretty good concentration by Hield there, just focusing on the target.
Clutch free throw.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Time called here. The Rockets decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. 29 seconds left in the OT period. Here are the Rockets now. It's a 1-point game. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Yes!
And they aren't over the limit yet.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in OT. Guys, your thoughts?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
Hield against Harden. Bagley sets a screen. Hield passes to Bagley. Stolen by Wall. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
The whole arena knows they need a 3 to force another overtime.
Barnes, no good. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Taking care of business at the line, leaving this one out of reach.
And so it's Houston winning this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.